Hi, I'm Linus Riddle. I'm a sophomore at Gulick High School, and this is for my computer science and software engineering course that I'm taking right now. And this is what I've been working on recently with the Tello drones. Um, and I'm just going to be showing how I've been programming them and what the program does and how the drone reacts to that. Um, so, first off, I was using the Git Kraken and PyCharm to code it. Um, and I used an online thing to have some code in already, so I just could make it real easy. The Tello drones is pretty easy to use if you want to check it out. Um, and the goal was to fly through some hoops around the classroom, um, just through programming it and letting it go. Um, so that's what we're trying to do. Here I have like some user guides that helped use this. So um, if you can find this, nope, not that. If you can find this thing, it's pretty useful to have um, for knowing what you're doing. So you could probably just search up the user guide, but um, that's how I knew how to code things. Like for example, the forward command just goes forward, obviously. Um, and that's how I got through the first hoop. I just go up and over. And the takeoff command was already in there, and I put a battery command in just so you can see how much battery you have. Um, so, for example, here's a video I took of my drone flying, um, and here it it receives the message of all these messages. So like it'll take off here, and that's obviously the takeoff command, but it also did the battery and command. It set up the commands with this one. Um, the battery just sent it to the um, thing when I ran it. Um, sends it to the drone, and then the drone sends a signal back to tell me how much battery it has. Um, and I then it takes a second because of the sleep command, which changes how long it takes to move between things, uh, change commands. So it goes forward and then it'll stop in the hoop because I made it specifically 150, which is how much that distance was. Um, and then that was the first hoop, and I made commits at each hoop. So for the second one, um, I go here, or I did the first and um, the second and third, or almost the third, second and most of the third for spun. For the second hoop, I used the go command because the hoop is a little bit higher. As you can see, this is here and here, so I needed to go higher up. Um, so the go command allows you to do that by adding the. So yeah, I have the go command here, which allows you to go up because of the Z axis here. So X, Y, Z, X is forward, Y is sideways, and this is up. And then this is the speed that it's going at. So like when I play this, you can see my drone here will go up and forward at the same time with the go command. Um, so it'll stop there just a little bit before the hoop, and that's the second hoop. Um, and these drones are a little janky sometimes because of various reasons. Sometimes if there's several running at the same time, it can mess with the signals. And if the computer that you're programming things with is too far away, then it won't work properly. Um, so sometimes it'll forget to do the sleeps or something, so it'll just go straight to the next thing, or it'll go in some direction. But ours worked mostly successfully, at least in this attempt. Um, and that was the second hoop. So then I did the third. I'll switch to the newest command here. So check out here. So this is what I initially did. This should technically be in here, but we use the curve command, which will set a first destination to go. So like from where it is, it's 0, 0, 0. So then if you want to go 125, then that's like over to the left. And 200 is, or this is 125 forward, and this is how much it's going to the left, and then this is how much it's rising because it's still a bit higher to that hoop. And then this is where it's landing back again, so it'll go back to where the hoop is here. I'll show you. So then it'll go at 50 speed here, and I have sleep 12 because it's a lengthy command. Here it should have gone here, but we programmed it a little bit short, so it rammed into this hoop. But and then the plan was to go back 60, so that we wouldn't have to rotate the drone, and we could just go straight back into this hoop. And as I said, this should be the final loop, I guess. But then I sent a battery again for the final thing, and then sends the land message, which just slowly lowers it. But you can also stop the drone midair and it'll just fall down. But and if there's an error, it'll send this emergency thing and land anyway. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for a little bit, trying to get it through these hoops. We had some issues with that, but it's working well for the most part. So if you want to check the Tello drones out, that's most of what that is. And here and then like once I did that, I pushed it up to the cloud or whatever. And that's, and like had the GitHub, the repository, so it can accept that push and move it to different systems if it needs to. Which it did because I had a partner during this, so we needed to both have access to the code and be able to edit it, or for whatever reason have access to the code. But that was what we used for that, without having to make two separate codes. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching this vlog about what I've been doing with the Tello EDU stuff.